Well, hello there, shirlierox here. Here is a Dawn of Man hints and tips video. So this, just loading in a save here. This is on the Continental Dawn campaign, and I've sunk about 11 hours into this. So I've done little bits of tips as I've been playing the game. I thought I'd do like a condensed video with some tips, and it'd be a good thing because there's probably things I'm going to say that people might not agree with, or there's things I don't know about which people can add about. So I thought it'd be a good little focus point for us to talk about. So this is my village later on. Oh, we're currently under this was episode 11 or 12, I believe. We're currently under attack now. When you get under attack, you can initiate your people to go into. It pauses it when you go into tribal mode. Well, if you press tab, you do this. This is a hunting mode. This can be our first tip, actually. So, as you can see here, these are where the hostiles are coming. So you can double click on all of these and see how many there actually are. So there's 5 across a row, so we can see there's 13 people. You can click on them individually and see what weapons they've got. So I can see, right, so you've got a bow, you've got a bronze spear, you've got a iron spear, steel spear. That's an iron spear. Yeah, so swords as well. So there is quite a ranged units of things attacking me. So we will get people. As soon as you press the alert, everyone assumes a combat role, and the people that can't fight run back to the buildings. So you'll see these now. These are all going to try and run and get back through the gates over here. Now, the gates are what keep people out of your village. Now, you can click on them and manually cycle them, or you can actually click the button up here, and that closes all gates. Now, you don't normally have those tabs up there, so you can add them. So you just go along to that, defense, and there you go. So anyway, let's get the attack underway. So I'm gonna unpause this. Now, you've got a certain amount of time to get people in. Now you can, if someone were being slow pokes, sometimes you can highlight them like this, right click twice, and you can sometimes incentive them to run. And if they don't look like they're gonna get through the gate in time, something I also like to do is this. So I just simply get a different place where they are, and I just say, go over here. So now they're going to go the opposite way to where all the raiders are. So hopefully avoid death and destruction. So I can still see I've got people over here that haven't quite got to the gate yet. So we're going to do the run trick again. Try and get you inside. Double click, try and get you inside. Let's get them all inside. Not all of them are running. The cows are running. And they're still coming. Okay, all the cattle run inside. Nice. Right, you need to get some sleep, so you can't really run. Okay. Last few people through. Now, as I said, you can shut the gates. And you can also shut the gates over here as well. Let's wait for the last person to go through. Now this was a funny thing here. Now if you think your base looks perfect, you might notice here, mine have actually been going through. I've got a gap in the wall there. We're going to show you the closed gate though. So that's going to get shut now. Okay, all the gates are shut, and here they come. So when you've got people attacking you, all your forces will gather by the direction they're coming from. They will run inside and get weapons and stuff, so that's what these are all doing. These are all running inside, trying to get a weapon. And we are under attack. Now when you're under attack, another thing you can do, you can open your gates and send people out to greet them. So if I do this. Come on. Come on. Right, let's just click on someone there. There we go. Now the dogs do run out on their own. Then once battle is over, you just click that. Click and open all gates, and we can get back on with our normal lives. Right, so tips about the game. So in order to grow, you need people. Now You can get people by just playing the game, and then the more impressive your town gets, the more likely someone is going to come and join you. So, for instance, if you press F2, you've got a thing here, prestige. Now, prestige is something you get from items, like structures. So, each of those towers gives me 2. And you will see different buildings give you different levels of prestige. So, say for instance, I only had the level 1 watchtower. Let's quickly just throw one of these up. We'll set that to high priority. Now, if you're building something, you can set it to high priority, and they'll try and do that first of all rather than anything else. You can also make people do it. So if I just go and grab a load of my villagers here, right click on it. If they've got the tools or the ability, they will just run along and go and try and do whatever you tell them to do. You can do that with anything. So let's see. Let's say this tree here. I don't like the look of this tree. So you need people with axes. Now, to save me manually clicking all them people with axes, you can just grab a load of people like that, and you can click on something. Now, the only unfortunate thing with that is it does seem to send more than one person. So it's going to send like the boy and stuff, and there's no way the boy can do it, but someone should be coming out here with an axe any second. There we go. And they will do that. Okay, trading now. Trading's a good way of getting food and resources. So at the moment, I am, well, when I was playing this, I really wanted to get a lot of iron ore and things like that for smelting. Now, you'd think, well, I'm just going to get it down a mine, but it's so slow getting stuff from a mine, so you can simply trade for it. So this is the trading interface. So you've got the different traders have different levels of commission. So what this means is that, so say for instance this axe here, it's worth 20. Now that doesn't necessarily mean you're going to pay 20 for it. So you see there's a commission, there's 8 commission on that. Whereas if I get, say, let's get something lower. So flour's normally worth 1. So that's a 1-to-1 with that, but with some of the things, some of the more high value things, the trade value does go up. So beer, it's not 10, it's 14. Now, in order to trade, you can do a 1-for-1 thing with the lower stuff. So I know 1 flour, I can trade like 1 piece of meat for that. And if the trade isn't enabled, you can't trade it. Now what I mean by that is, so say if I go, I want an axe, and then I go, well, I'll give you a bone and a fish. Well, it's only worth 2, and I need to get it to 28, so you can't click it. So you need to add more stuff to it. I think it's sorted in by level of what it's worth. So you got the highest stuff at the bottom. Oh no, it's not, because clothing's not worth that. But say for instance I wanted to trade this. I know that good things for trading once you get a production line going are things like, if you've got sheep, wool is a really good thing because you can shear the sheep every season and it's just an infinite resource, as long as you've got the sheep alive, that is. Linen is from flax, so you can keep making those, so you can just top up your money with all of these. Skins, you get those from hunting animals. Now, when you hunt an animal, let me go and find something. I can show you one of my pet ones. So, normally if you go to the information for an animal, you can see you'll get a number of skins, you'll get meat and like a bone. And that also has got a trait that shows you that that needs to be sheltered in winter. So, I know from looking at this, that if I kill that, I'm going to get 2 raw skins. And then once you've got the raw skins, you need to process them. So, to turn a raw skin to something useful, you need a drying rack. Now, the drying rack takes the dry skins. In fact, we can see 2 here. So, let's zoom into this. So, this is actually drying the skins on here, and when they are dry, someone will come along then, and they'll, oh look, here we go. He's gonna load it up with a wet skin. Nice, perfectly timed. Now you might notice some little messages like that popping up. So at the moment it's complaining because I've only got space for 60 animals and I've got 61 animals. And this is another thing you can add up here. You can add your animals up here. So let's get rid of that. We'll add it again. You can add a number of things. So if you want to know how many transports you've got all the time, you can add that. Your food levels, you can add that. So these are really handy to have added on here. Look at that. Looks like looks like some musical song. Look. Vroom, vroom. Okay. What else is I can show you? Oh yeah. So the skins. Once you get dry skins, that can then be turned into clothing, which is on your crafting thing. So dry skins are used in a number of things though. So dry skins are used in making skins. So 1 dry skin equals 2 outfits. It's also used in bows, slings, and I need to get rid of that message. Let's show you. Now you can butcher your animals. So here we've got an old male here. So look at this. We'll get 2 skins, 6 meat, and some bone from him. So let's you can queue him up for slaughter, which is what we're gonna do. Right, I need someone to do that. Let's tag everyone and try and get this done. Nope. Well, someone needs to do it. I think we've got enough animals. Oh no, we've got 65 animals now. That's far too many. Oh, the halves in the fields as well. You can manually tag them to do that as well. If I can get someone that's actually got the right equipment, should be able to click on the field. There you go. And that's gonna... It only highlights someone to that one little square though, not all of it. So I was talking about clothing production. Now, there is limitations in your buildings and stuff like that. So it's so you don't make too many things. So you can do like limitations on stuff. If you go into, you can do it 2 ways. You can go into crafter and then click resource limits there, which shows you just the resource limits for that. And then you've also got a global limitations thing on here. So it depends on what you want to do. This is quite a good high-level overview if you want to do limitations for your colony or your village overall. And this is a good one if you want to do limitations for a specific thing. So I can go into this and say I want 125% of my population. Now, I suppose I should really talk about population. So the Mobius infinite symbol there is literally, I will make knives at this point here forever with no limits. You can set it to 0 if you don't want to. If you don't want any of that, you know, if you like, I don't want slings, I'll put that to 0. I only want 1 knife, so you do it like that, and then you've got this other stuff as well. So we've got 100. Oh no, we've got more. We've got 25, 50, and 100. Oh, 20. I can't do math. 25, 50, 75, 100, 125, 150. Right, my brain does not work. Okay, so 100%, if you got 10 people and you set that to 100% on knives, you will always have 10 knives made. So if you got nine knives, if you got nine knives and you set that to 100% and you've got 10 people, you will make an extra 1 and then you won't make any more. Now, the reason I've got these set a little bit higher is because these are sort of some of the things I found that fishing, I've not needed that too much, but later on you do need a lot of picks. You need the sickles for harvesting the fields, because if you look at the fields over here, okay, let's try and find someone that's actually harvesting. Now you can harvest with knives or sickles, but sickles are better. So you can see, look, he's got one here, this old man here. He's got a sickle, and he's gonna go to the field, and he's gonna slice and dice. Is he? Come on. Don't make me look to be a noob. What are you doing? Oh, he's going to the outside field. There we go. So he gets that much quicker than some of the other things. And also item quality. So you do have different item qualities. So say for instance, I can make a flint sickle with my crafting hut here. Now that only gives you a harvesting speed of 2, whereas I've got a blacksmith over here who can make a iron sickle, and that is 3. Actually, I've just noticed something. These steel sickles, they're actually proper, like something the Grim Reaper would have, whereas these ones are like hand sickles. I never noticed that. Okay, so we've talked a little bit about production and limitations, so that is all done on this screen, the overall stuff. So things you want to do at the start, you want to have higher amount of clothing. At least I'd say 125%, because if you've got 10 people and you make 10 woolen outfits and winter comes and 2 people join you, you're not going to have enough clothes to keep them nice and warm. So do that on high amounts for all of them, I'd recommend. And then once you get later on more endgame, you can bump it right up, because you're going to be selling a lot of these. Water as well, the same. Ideal, you're meant to have like 1 water per person, and water is also used by the animals later on in the stables. Animals, I've not really bothered much with the different animals. I've got goats and I've got sheep, but I do actually prefer having the cows, and later on you need to have horses for your carts. So I guess I should really talk about transportation and morale. So you've got, as you can see, we've got quite a high amount of welfare here. So we've got high amounts of food, and we're doing okay. I do need to get rid of some of these cows though. That message keeps coming up. Let's see if we can tag someone to butcher a cow. Here we go. Right, someone's finally going to do this. So we should get 2 skins, 6 meat, and 2 bones from this. There we go. So when you kill an animal, they gut it, they skin it, and there you go. I've got not quite as much meat as I thought I was going to have, unless... are you carrying some of the meat? Don't know what happened to that. So yeah, so that's the animals. So social. So everyone in the village has a happiness meter, a morale meter. Now, morale is affected by a number of things. So if you've got not enough warm clothes, if you've not got enough food, if people are sick, then people start getting fed up and they start getting these symbols above their faces. So this symbol here means that they're hungry. So you can see on here, look, the low on hunger. Well, the low on hunger on that one and the low on hydration. Now they've gone for a drink, but they're still hungry. So they're going to get some fruit from the granary. So they should go and get that. Where's my granaries? I think, oh, here's a granary here. So they're going to go and get some food from here. They're going to eat that, and then the thing's disappeared. Now, if they're like that, you can force them to go and get some food. Let's see. Let's try and find a granary that's actually got food. Okay, it won't let me. Going to get bread. Where's the bread? Oh, let's click on the bread on the floor then. Okay, you're going for a drink now, apparently. And that should get rid of the negative alert. There you go. He's eating the bread now. And now he's tired, so you can make him go to sleep. Put him in an empty hut. And you should see his rest meter starts going up. There you go. So, yeah, so in order to improve people's social, you need to, well, morale. There's a number of things you can do. Now, you might think you just need to go into spiritual and build this stuff. No. Now, someone actually pointed it out to me. People are affected by a number of things, like I said, with the food, the cold, all that. So, sleds. Now, I neglected these at first. If people are having to... So, look at this. Think of this as an extra inventory slot. Now, with this, you've got 6 extra slots. And a normal person's got... See, if you look, if he's got a weapon and a utility thing and clothes, you've only got 3 slots. Whereas if you've got that, you've got like 9. So they do get... I don't think it's upset with you, but they get fed up with having to like carry stuff. So you do need to build sleds. Now, sleds are something you can build fairly early on. You do need to do a little bit of research. So let's actually show you the research tree. So this is the knowledge or tech tree. So if you look down here, sled making, you need to get to this Mesolithic tier, but you also need to get tanning first. So you need to unlock that. Then you need to unlock the whole Mesolithic era, which I think starts with pottery. So you do need to unlock all that to get that. And then to make sledge, you got a number of things. End game, you can do a standing order in your workshop. So I've got a workshop over here, and I've got my sled there set to continuous production, and I've got my sled limit down here, so 100%. So Basically, I'm trying to make enough sleds for everyone in the actual the town. And I've got 31, so as you can see, so we've not got a huge amount of them, simply because we keep running out of leather. Now, to make a sled, you need 3 sticks and 2 leather, I think it was. Yeah, it is that way around. Now, if you don't have someone making enough leather, you do come to a bit of an impasse where you can't make any more. Now, leather is also something that uses the skins, but it uses these ones, the raw skins. So you can see I've got 8 there, and basically they combine 1 skin plus tannin equals 1 leather. Now, tannin, oh, this is going to be a long video. I just realised how long I've been talking for and I'm still going. Okay, so tannin is something you collect off various types of trees. So you can get it from fir, you can get it from oak trees, and you can only do it in spring. So I guess that leads nicely to work areas. So work areas are something for you to do something manually. Now, you could just sit and play the game and go, right, there's something to kill over here. Right, there's a boar there. Now, you can tag animals. So you can tag it as hunt, and the AI uses AI magic and will decide how many people to send in order to try and take something on. Or you can just right click on people and go, yeah, go on, take it down. So they're going to try and attack that. Now, these have both we've got 2 composite bows. The bows are really good for hunting. There you go, as that demonstrates. Now, if you didn't want to do that, you could do this. You do a work area and you go, right, I want hunting. Now, a lot of the animals congregate in the same sort of areas, so you will see them lurking around the water. They come to the water for a drink. They like to camp near the water's edge, so I could click a work area here, and then we just stick it down. Okay, and then you need to click on a work area. Now, you got limitations here, so you could say I want to have percentage-wise of leather and bones, or same with the meat, and also how many people you want to tag. So it generally seems to be 5, seems to be the maximum for an area. So if I've tagged that as 5, there you go, automatically I'm getting stuff tagged. And then you should start seeing, hopefully if people aren't too busy, you'll start seeing people coming up the river to go and do a little bit of hunting. However, I don't think I've got anyone coming at the moment. Maybe you. There you go. So that is for hunt. Look at them. So if there's a big group of them, sometimes it's because they're going after something a little bit more exciting. But I think they're just going after mouflons. One of the things you need early on the game is sticks. So straight away when you start the game, really, you should just find an area like this with the sticks on the ground and they're lit up. Click that. And again, assign a number of people and how many sticks. So once you've got sticks, though, you need to collect them somewhere. So you put wood piles down on the floor. You can collect 4 different types of wood with a maximum of 10 per slot. So that's that bit. So that is work areas roughly covered. I mean, you got work areas for everything. You got it for water collecting. You got mud. You got trees. You got a whole load of stuff. I did talk a little bit about social, so yeah, to improve people, build sleds, and you can also build these buildings. So these are the bigger ones. These give you more prestige. Let's have a little look. What does it say? A large structure comprised by several megaliths arranged in a circle. It greatly increases your settlement's prestige and provides a boost for your people's morale. Now, I've tried different things for getting morale up. So they are really good at getting your prestige, but if you're low on stuff at the start of the game, you can just build. In fact, you can see at the very start of my settlement, I was just building things like totems. So we've got a totem here. They do look nice though. Look at this. Nice. So you've got totems, you've got the skull poles. I've got a few of them around, and they have different requirements. So these I've still got far too many animals. Yeah, so we've got to build these so spiritual things. So a skull pole is, for instance, Oh, is that the trader coming? Can I shut the gate? What happens if I shut the gate when the traders come in? Let's see. So, skull pole is a stick, a bone, and a bit of skin. A totem is 4 sticks, 4 bones, 2 dry skins, and a log. Menhir is a megalith. Dolmen is 3 megaliths, and stone circle is 6. I'm just curious what happens, because I've locked the gates. Are you going to, like... Oh, is he? He's going to come round. This might be a good way of finding out if you got holes in your fence, look. So I have got holes in my fence. Now, fortifications, yeah. So I've not got the perfect plan for fortifications. So this is what I've done for this base. Now, I've actually put 2 gates on this. Had read that 2 gates is good later on. However, it does seem to be that they do automatically always go for your towers. So I have heard some people say they've had quite good reports of just doing like literally blocks. So you tend to get people coming all the time. You know when they're going to come. So last time they came over here. So if we kept seeing raiders coming over here, we could literally just build like a stone wall over here, a few towers on it, and that's before your other defences over here. So you got chances of doing like choke points and all sorts, depending on what you want to do for the strategy. So in order to build all this shenanigans, you need to research it, which is again with the research button. So we'll go to this, and that is fortifications, and then later on masonry to get the stone walls. So I'm going to show you how to build a wall now. So let's just find an empty bit. Okay, so we've got fortifications in here, defensive. We've got wooden, we've got gates, we've got watchtowers, we've got walls, reinforced gates. So you start off with the basic one, which are these, which are palisades. Now you just simply drag and then click. So I'm just going to do a wall of 3. And it snaps 2. Now you can stick, if you double click on it again, you can say high priority. So let's go to this again. Oh, a good little tip with the building, I'll show you in a minute, is you can clone stuff. So we're going to put a gate down. Now, cloning doesn't really work with walls, but with things like gates, it does. So if you hold down shift, now if I left click now, the item remains in your inventory. Whereas if I just click it once, I have to then go back into it, and it's pain. Now, you can delete segments if you highlight it and press the cancel down there. I don't think you can press the delete key, no. So that's going to get these 2 things built here pretty quickly. And you've also got the towers you can build. So buildings, I don't think you really need much of an explanation about that, how to build them. Bridges is something you research and you can do over the ground. Crops, it's good to have a mixture of crops. I've got barley here, I've got einkorn, I've got a little bit, another little bit of barley, and I think we've got some flax over here. So different things get planted in different times. So for instance, when winter comes, you do tend to get a lot of the pulses. So all the pulses are the ones down here, so like lentils and stuff like that. A lot of these get planted in the winter, whereas if you look at, say for instance, barley, this is actually planted in the spring. So you do have to sort of plan what you're going to plant, what you've got left, and things like that. What else we talked about? So we've talked about building the buildings, we've talked about work zones. What other things would have helped me out at the start? I guess it's not really a huge tip, but tech, you always need to be leveling up your tech, and you need these points, and they are so hard to get sometimes. So at the start, you get them for all sorts of stuff. So if you're stuck on a few points, come in here. Come in. You're welcome. Come in. Now, if you go and look in these different sections, you get different unlocks. So once I get to 100 animals, there's a chance I might unlock something, but you do unlock stuff when you hit different levels on these. So for instance, if I get 5 tin mines, I'm going to get one there. I'm trying to see if I've got any I can actually unlock and show you. Okay, so if I build 2 more ovens, I should get an unlock. I should. Watch this not work now. So we're going to go and do build, production, oven. we're going to build 2 ovens. Rotate this with Z and C. Hold down the shift, remember. I've already got 2 ovens, so we're going to do that on high priority. My doors. I left the doors shut. No, I haven't. Okay, so we're going to speed this up now. Now we need 2 stones and 6 mud for this. I should have all of this stuff. Yeah, we're going to do all this. A lot of people are dying at the moment because they're all, yeah. They need to get inside, otherwise they do actually get hypothermia and die. Now the reason they're all dying is because I've got really far hunting zones and people are literally been dying on the way back. So if you notice here, I've got 3 tech points. So hopefully once I build these 2, we're going to get that little award. There we go. We're building. That's 1 done. Have you finished that? Did I get a point for that? Well, normally you get a point. Now it's just made me look like a complete liar. Let's have a little look. Where's it gone? Where's my ovens gone? Half. Storage 10. I literally can't remember which one it was. I don't think it's going to give us a bonus for it though. Tanner. Wait a minute. Where's it gone? Skin dryer pole. Bloomery. I literally can't see. I literally can't see where that's gone. It must be on. Is it under half? Did we have it already? Perhaps have I just misread that? But normally when you do unlock something, you will get a little bit of a bonus. But I've already got a load of these already, so there's not really an awful lot of them I can actually build to sort of show you. Well, nothing quick and easy. But anyway, another thing I wanted to show you. Now you might be wanting to build these things, so these are really good, but you do need. They are a bit more awkward to build, so you need stones called. What are they called? We'll find one. You can see them if you go to tab and go into this view. We're looking for like a grey mass. So see if we can find one. I have literally strip mined the whole world finding these items. So we need to just zoom around and try and find one. I know where there will be some. There is some upriver because I literally dragged a load of these back. Okay, so here we go. There's one. This is nice. This is one that's being transported. This is a megalith. So that needs to be transported on this little stone here. Well, on a sled. Now, in its natural form. Okay, here we go. We can see one getting dragged. This is probably why my people are all starving. Here's one we've just mined. Now, in order to transport that, you need to click prepare for transport. Once somebody brings 3 logs and 3 leather, it will get moved. Now, the natural state of it is actually, it doesn't look like that. It looks like, not that one, because that's one we've prepared. It's grey. Here we go. Here's one. So it's quite hard to spot. You can see it sticking out the ground. Now, if you click on that, that gets someone to mine it, and then once you mine it, it does it into the other form, and then we'll transport it. Whew, right, I think that is me pretty much done. So that is just a few little tips to get you going in Dawn of Man. If you've not watched my series, don't forget to come along and give me some support and give me some Dawn of Man love. And yeah, let me know what you think of the game. It's been really cool hearing some of your stories about you playing it for like 40 hours straight, because I thought I'd put some hours into it. But yeah, anyway, this is Dawn of Man. This is Dawn of Man tips and getting started. Hopefully some of those were good. And if you've got any tips yourself, throw them in that comment box below, and we can get some of this knowledge shared. Anyway, that's it for now. I'm shirlierox. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.